Hi, I'm Alan R. This is Motor Matters. Have you subscribed yet?
Yes,
Hit the
I have.
button now. Hit it now, because we're going to talk about a car that has only just been launched on the South African market. Well, a version of, and in fact it got sneaked on very, very quietly, so very few people even know about this one yet.
It's attracted a lot of attention. A lot of people have asked me, what do those HEV things mean?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Haval, we know that. I mean, you can see the studded grille. Let's not talk too much. This
Yeah.
is the smaller SUV in the range now, the Jolion, which was launched about 18 months ago or so, has become Haval's biggest seller in South Africa. Do you know that? I think they've been moving something like 800 units a month.
Good Lord.
Yeah. And now they just added the HEV version at the top of the range.
It's the one to have.
HEV standing for Hybrid Electric Vehicle. So you've got a 1.5 turbo engine with battery engine, little battery motor added to it. It gives you a total of 140 kilowatts and 350 Newton meters of torque. It's a lot. It really is. The standard Jolion is 110 kilowatts. They just launched the S version, which is 130. So you've got more power than any of the others out of this one. And you've got the bonuses and advantages. The front end, I'm not going to spend too much time on it. It's got these very interesting daytime running lights that run over there. It's a good looking car.
Blue.
Yeah, blue because it's a hybrid.
Exactly.
I always talk about red on all the cars when they just,
Sport.
whoever's definition of sport it is, they put red. If it's got anything to do with hybrid or new energy or whatever you want to call it, it's got to have blue.
Not green.
No, for some strange reason not. But there's the HEV badge.
That's the ticket.
That's the ticket. But just come here first. 17-inch mag on this one, or alloy, okay? There are two spec levels in the HEV version, luxury and super luxury. This one's the luxury. So it's got 17 inches. The super luxury gets 18s. That's the only clue on the outside that I'm aware of to tell which one it is.
Yeah.
Okay. There are clues on the inside, but we'll talk a lot about that later on.
Those clues aren't subtle.
No. Okay. Driver's seat is set for me as always. Check the space in the back. I mean, that is seriously good, isn't it?
No, you can park an elephant in there.
And you've got two USBs and aircon vent over there.
And it is
okay?
kind of a 4-seat with optional middle for the for the smaller.
Yeah, I mean,
the smaller child.
They a lot of cars, unfortunately, barring that C5 Aircross we had the other day with the three individual seats, are now making it 4-seater.
Yeah.
So, to you know what I mean?
Family sizes are going down.
Correct. Come around the back. Interesting spoiler effect over there. It's almost like the H6 GT's split one. But anyhow, you've got to open the boot yourself. They are nasty, aren't they?
This is quite high.
It is very high, but it's flat at least.
It is flat.
You know, it's the story of over a lip or not and whatever. This one's nice and smooth. Chuck in, there you go. So
have a look at why.
It's always oops. There are the batteries. I'm not going to open it now, but you can get to it. But there's no spare wheel. You've got to use that little jobby over there if you do have an incident on our lovely roads. And note, Chinese brand, there has to be a fire extinguisher. You know that?
Oh,
That's
really?
actually
No.
yeah. All Chinese cars have to have fire extinguishers
This boot is deep, but it's quite shallow.
because of the batteries underneath, etc., etc. Yeah.
So that's your compromise.
Hey, there's your trade-off. I mean, really, are we going to complain? I mean, I know you'll complain about anything. But I'm
No, not at all. I never complain.
But it looks neat. There's another HEV badge over there. You've got, I love this diffuser type effect that they have to put on even cars that have zero power whatsoever. Somehow they put that effect on over there just to give you, that it's got to look the
140
part.
kilowatts is not quite zero power, but I get what you're saying.
I'm saying there's some with like 70 kilowatts that they've
That
been
have-
putting those
have
on
spoilers,
nowadays. That's what I'm saying.
Splitters and diffusers.
And
yeah.
a lot of chrome on the car, things like that. You like, you don't like, that's the way it comes.
I'm going to put one on my racing Mini.
But it's handsome. It's a good looking medium SUV. That's what really counts. Okay, let's take it on the road. Let's check out the inside. Of course, the big difference when you start an HEV. Hello, it started. It's ready to go. It's that old story of, turn that off because it's making too much noise, of the silence of a hybrid car.
I found that sometimes it starts the engine, sometimes it starts an electric.
Yeah.
It makes up its own mind.
It seems to, yeah. The rotary, okay, we'll get to that in a few minutes. The rotary
That's
gear.
green. That's now that proper
Yeah.
high-res, decent screen.
That's a good screen. I agree with you there. But now, of course, we are in EV mode. So let's just cruise around a little bit. We're going to just do a little bit of driving. I mean, this thing is, Leadfoot, you ruined the fuel economy just for a change. You know that. You really did. You are upsetting me again. Now, for those
which makes me happy, because the fuel economy I achieved was 5.6, and it was at 5.4 until I was at the bottom of the hill, and I gave it some wheelie just to play, see what the thing's capable of doing. And you got 5.5.
Yes, but just remember something. Just remember.
On the highway, it's actually more efficient than it is around town.
No, it's not meant to be. It's meant to be the other way around.
But
it's meant to be the other way around.
No.
What I'm saying is that as an overall figure, considering I did a good highway trip,
yes,
and to Hearties and whatever,
yes,
the fact that I averaged 5.5 is quite incredible, because most times with a hybrid like this, you take it on an open road cruise, you ruin your fuel consumption figures.
I found exactly the same as you. So when I was on the highway, my fuel consumption came down dramatically.
Yeah.
When I was driving around town, if you booted with a wheelie just to give it
just to be yourself,
fun,
just to be yourself,
just to see see what the region and such is like. I got it up to about 6.
Yeah.
6
but now I'd like to just show you something while we're talking.
On the highway, I dropped it down to 5.4.
So far, I have been in EV all the way. I have not kicked. There, the engine just kicked in now.
Yeah.
Because note, the minute you hit any form of incline,
yes,
it kicks in.
And that was my one little comment about the car is that I think it should exercise that battery a little bit more.
Yeah, but remember, what I like. There are so many potholes around here lately. What I like is the fact that, of course, it's not a plug-in. We've had our discussions on those. I don't want to say any more. These regenerative hybrids, like Toyota have done and now Haval have brought in, are superb in that respect.
What I don't like about it is it's not a plug-in hybrid.
No, I don't want plug-in.
I like plug-in hybrid.
No.
I think, for me, that's the way.
No, I totally and utterly disagree with you. So there you go.
Wait till we get one, and then we will see.
No, I'm telling you now.
Oh, he's stuck in his ways, you see. Not open to change.
Because it doesn't suit me to have a plug-in hybrid.
You've just got to buy a charger and plug it in.
No, it does not suit me. But what let's just talk the car, please. Smooth, isn't it?
Very.
Quiet. I mean,
very.
Whether you're in electric or engine mode, unless you're really driving like a maniac,
you have to actually look to tell.
You don't actually hear engine noise.
No.
Yes, there's some tire rumble, but what do you actually expect? I mean, because you notice it. I've got a little criticism, just bring down. This rotary gear knob.
Yeah, it's not very bright. You don't know when you're in reverse.
You're not sure when you are in reverse, number one. And number two, I must say, I know we're talking cars at 2 million rand as opposed to this one, but it doesn't feel quite as substantial to my feel.
No, I had no problem with that.
Yeah, it's just it's an opinion I have.
And I like the push for park.
Yes, that's very nice.
And then it automatically puts on the brake.
Yeah, puts on the brake. I like that too. But the point being, look, we're now still in EV.
Yeah.
It is just so smooth, so quiet, so cruisy. I mean, we've done 500 kilometers almost exactly between us.
Yes.
And it is still showing over half a tank.
Most of it by you.
What?
500 k's. I did 150, you did 350. So it's kind of like, as you say, still half a tank of fuel. It's remarkable.
So, I mean,
you only get 1,000 k's out of a tank.
Exactly. If you drive it right, and if you drive it in the right circumstances, and if you drive it as an urban,
it encourages you actually to drive it well. Now, on the way here this morning, despite trying to avoid traffic, I got stuck in traffic on the highway.
Yeah.
And I didn't do more than about 40 k's an hour, and I was in EV mode for probably about 12 k's of that.
Yeah.
And this car makes absolute sense.
It makes total sense.
Because I was using no fuel at all, and just regenerating on the battery.
Well, you know, if you're commuting to the office or taking your kids to school, and you're in urban traffic, you are going to use minimal fuel.
Yeah.
Simple as that, and it's going to be like that all along.
Yeah.
What more can you ask for?
No, I think it's a fabulous car.
Really, I think they've got it right.
And we'll talk about the price in the podcast.
We're going to talk about the price later in the video, because there's a couple of facts and features and things, but we'll get to that now. The Haval Jolion has become quite popular in South Africa in the last 2 years or so. and been very successful for them. I haven't tested one before, but just a week ago they added a new model to the range. Yes, the HEV. What does that stand for? Hybrid Electric Vehicle. And one of the comments I've heard on the Jolion up to now is that it's been a little bit heavy on fuel. So I've decided to do some rush hour traffic on the highway and then cruise through to the windmill at Hartbeespoort, one of my favorites, of course, destinations, to see exactly what it can do. So let's see. And there's your answer. I've done about over 100 kilometers. Not a lot, I know. 120, there you go. A little bit around home, and then that rush hour traffic and the cruise through to Harties, and I'm averaging 5.5 liters per 100. Let's see how this test ends. The seat where I'm supposed to be, unlike Leadfoot, because he just can't behave himself.
Can I start with my picking point?
No.
Okay. I'll wait for you to get to it.
We got the dashboard in front of us. It's a standard, it's a digital dash. It's got everything you want. It gives you the information you want. I don't know how much time we need to spend on things like this, because they really, you can scroll it through. You can see trip meter B, as we said, he did 140 Ks. You've got all of these. That shows you driving efficiency. I'm sure it's 0 on Leadfoot. It's even got a tire pressure monitor.
Yes.
Yeah, it's got a lot of nice features, I must say. Okay, so well done on that. It's got cruise control. It's not active or anything like that, but again, it's fine. Okay, and you've got your touch screen over here. Let's have a look.
As far as touch screens go, this is actually quite a nice one.
Okay, there's the home button. I'm just trying to sort of pick up what goes on. It's a slightly unusual one, but it's got, look, it's a touch screen. It's got everything you want. What I do like is, you have got proper buttons for certain things.
But you have to push these buttons to access the air conditioning.
Yeah.
So if you want to get to air conditioning, you have to kind of like turn
There
it off
and then there,
to get into the menu and then drive.
But what I do
set
like
your-
is, for
set your
example,
settings and
the front and rear
Yes, those are
ministers are
instantly
instantly accessible.
Yeah.
So that's useful.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got the leather effect.
It's nice. It's soft.
Yeah,
This is a soft touch.
and you've got this.
And it's
What do you
kind
want
of
to call this? Like an aluminium almost kind of.
It is a bit incongruous
It's not-
that you've got this effect going to this
Yeah,
effect, going
yeah.
to this effect,
Yeah.
going to this effect, going to this effect.
Yeah.
So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 effects, and 5 if you include that.
Yeah.
In the space of sort of a couple of centimeters
Yeah.
of dash, but it kind of works.
It works. That's
it
what
kind of
counts.
works. Yeah.
You've got electric adjustment on the driver's seat. That's nice.
Yeah.
Not on the passenger seat.
No, that's all right.
Okay, let's come here,
Yeah.
because I think that's. I'm sure your picky point's about to come out here.
No,
Not.
you've missed
Okay.
it.
What?
I'll get to it. You
Okay,
finish.
you've got some interesting slots and spaces
Yes.
on this console.
Fabulous for your phone.
That's ideal for your
Fabulous
phone.
for your credit card or something
Okay,
small.
is that what?
I
For
have no
anything
idea.
you want. Then you've got, wait.
Okay,
Then you've got this over here, which I think is,
They say it is a wireless charging
Yeah.
point, but I couldn't get my phone to charge.
Okay,
on
well,
this. I
there
don't
you
know
go.
whether it needs to
but
be
I
turned
think
on or off.
I'm not sure if that's only on the super luxury. That could be
No,
the
they
difference.
said across both.
Okay.
But I presume you've got to turn it on somewhere here in the menu.
Yeah, then, now,
But it is a double
don't,
decker.
don't careful with it. Yeah, but then you've got this double decker
Yes.
console.
With all your USBs.
Now, it's very nice there, and I used it, but I must tell you that as the driver,
Yes.
accessing those USBs was a bit of a pain.
Oh, okay.
Getting to reach it
Don't
and
do
get
it.
in.
Don't do it when you're on the floor.
No, you don't do it on the fly, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But what I do like is there are 2 USBs down there.
It'll be on the
The
track.
one
Yeah.
is a fast link to Android Auto.
Okay. And the other
Super
one's just-
fast. The other one's just a
normal connection.
charger, whatever,
So
connect.
that's
Yeah,
why there are 2 different icons
yeah,
there for
that's
us.
it.
Yeah.
So the top
To
one of the
see,
2
top
is
one,
the,
first one, yeah.
and that really worked well. I mean, I plugged it in and it said, boom, Android Auto,
Fine. Done.
which, I like.
Geared for
Okay, geared for it. So you've got lots of storage space. You've got a tiny little console there,
But
but
it's deep.
yeah,
Quite deep.
but it's livable. I mean, it's
livable.
fine. As you said, 2 cup holders that you can even close.
But they're different sizes.
Okay, and then
That's for
okay,
espresso
let's
and
have a
that's
look
for
here.
your
What I do
grande.
like is the panoramic roof,
Oh, God, you and your
which
panoramic
is
roofs.
standard on both models.
Yes.
Now, interesting. There you go, and of course you can open the roof as well.
Yes.
But it's nice. It makes it airy. It makes it light. It makes it do everything. You like? I mean, you
Sunglasses.
worry
I do
about
like
the
that.
sunglass
I'd rather
thing. I
have
mean,
that than a sunroof.
you and your sunglass things.
Do you notice the other USB up here?
No.
No, there's
Oh,
a USB
actually, I
up there.
did see it, but I forgot
Uh-huh.
about it. Yes. Yeah, I don't spend time in the passenger seat, so
So my picking
Yeah,
point,
right.
this is a small one,
Yeah.
is that when you're driving, that dash is invisible if the sun is anywhere up in the sky.
Well, I didn't pick it up, but I'll go with you on
It just needs to be a little bit further
it.
forward.
I will
because
accept your point.
The glares. But
Or this needs to come. Yeah. But I mean, it's a minor point.
It's a
really is.
a tiny picking.
And you know what?
I had to find something. Because you said I always complain. So.
Exactly. But the average driver of this car is not going to stress over that anyway.
No, you're not.
Really, you're not. I mean, I'm being quite honest.
No, you're not.
Okay, now, what I want to discuss is what you get on the super luxury that you don't get on this one.
Quite a lot of stuff, actually.
Yeah. You start with the 18-inch wheels, which, okay, that one's the minor one in my book.
Yeah.
But Motor Matters, LNR, oh, the internal combustion engine just kicked in. It said, I've had enough of just being in electric mode. But let's just turn it off, okay. The big thing is safety, and more safety, right?
You've got 2 stars, Alan.
On this drive, come on, I mean, we were cruising around the neighborhood, yeah.
So, safety.
Okay, safety, yeah. You get active cruise control.
Yes.
You get lane departure, you get blind spot warning, you get all of those.
You also get rear collision detect.
Yes.
You get a new version of swerve to avoid oncoming crash.
Okay.
Which I haven't.
No, those are the ones we don't ever try and test.
And you get a head-up display.
And you get a 360-degree camera.
And a 360-degree camera. And it's only 30 grand more.
Did you have to jump in with that comment?
I had to jump in with
that.
I had to jump in with that and steal your thunder. So it's a no-brainer.
It's a total no-brainer.
Buy the super luxury.
Well, hang on. Let's just, because what you don't think of is do the math properly. You say 30 grand. You're talking 550 to 580.
Yes.
30 grand on that is what? 6%?
5.5%, 6%.
Okay. If you're not going to feel it on your payments.
No, you're not.
But the
that's
extra
a lot of extra stuff
added, just even forget the extra luxury bits.
The safety bits.
The safety.
Yeah, no, it's here we agree. Buy the big
Good grief, what's wrong?
Here we agree.
The super luxury is a no-brainer. I mean, and in fact, I would even go as far as, because I know I'm going to mention one of the competitors, the Corolla Cross.
Yes.
Because it's the hybrid.
Yes.
It fits in the same category.
Yes.
It's slightly cheaper, but
it is.
Then again, the spec level on it, particularly the super luxury, surpasses even the XR. So interesting comparison.
Yes.
There's been a massive issue with stock of the hybrids in the Corolla Cross.
Yes.
And people have been taking the standard.
Yes.
Which I understand.
Yes.
I get it, because you get same spec level, etc., etc. But in this case, I would wait for a super luxury over a luxury.
Absolutely.
And I am the most impatient person on this earth. I would normally never say wait for a car. Wait for a super luxury.
No, I agree. I think it's the gap is so big, and in terms of what you're getting,
value for money
versus the actual cash that you have to outlay, that it's
as a value for money difference. If there was a 70,000 rand price difference, I could debate.
Yeah,
I would spend a tiny bit of time contemplating and debating.
Yeah,
not at this difference.
No,
buy the super luxury.
Yes,
thank you. That's it.
Well, we agree. Useful consumer advice.
He's behind the camera. I'm LNR. This is Motor Matters. We'll see you next time.